Hello students, today I am going to explain the first stanza of Keats's Ode to the Nightingale. This ode is the longest of all the odes written by Keats, and it was written in the spring of 1819. The background of the poem is quite interesting, as the poem was inspired when Keats heard this enchanting song of the nightingale whilst walking in a forest. After listening to the song, he found great comfort and solace, and it made him meditate on the deeper things of life, on love, life, death, and nature. Now, beginning with the ode, it starts with, "My heart aches and a drowsy numbness pains." Now, when he talks of his heart aches, he is not talking of a physical pain, but here he speaks of a longing and a desire to continue listening to the enchanting song of the nightingale. And he says that after listening to the song, a kind of drowsy numbness overtakes him. And this numbness he compares to three things: hemlock, opium, and lethe. Now, if one partakes of hemlock, it has a kind of a deadly effect on the body, as the body becomes totally numb. Similarly, if one partakes of opium, the effect is the same, as under the powerful influence of this drug, the body again becomes numb. And lethe refers to the Greek mythological river, which makes one forget everything. Now, what Keats is trying to say here is that the song of the nightingale was so intoxicating and so beautiful that a kind of drowsy numbness overtook him. Now, this numbness that he talks of is a kind of a pleasure that he derived after listening to the song. Now, in the fifth and the sixth lines, he makes a comparison between the human world and the world of nature. When he talks of envy, he says that the human world is full of jealousy, strife, and envy, while the nightingale world he calls a happy lot, because he feels that the bird's song is very pure and unadulterated, without feeling any of the negative human emotions. It's a free song, it's a beautiful song, and the poet says that he is too happy in the happiness of the bird, that he doesn't make it or doesn't feel that it is a bird, but he calls it a spirit, a dryad, which is a mythical tree spirit. And he says that the way that it sings, the whole environment reverberates, echoes with the full-throated song of the nightingale. And he brings this effect with the help of a transferred epithet by calling it a melodious plot. The plot was not melodious. The field or the environment was not melodious, but the song of the bird was so melodious in the overgreen greenery, the shadows, and the whole valley reverberating with the melodious song of the nightingale. So, let's do a quick recap. We see that in this stanza, Keats talks about the numbing effect that the song has on his senses, and how he makes a differentiation between the human world and the world of nature, and how this beautiful song inspires him to think of the deeper things of life.